Thanks for joining. It is official at 4 o'clock today. I took my candidacy papers into Elections BC on Main Street in Penticton. Before we get underway, I would like to introduce Joan Phillip. Joan is a strong advocate of Indigenous rights, and we're very lucky to have her living in Penticton. Joan has graciously accepted my invitation to welcome all of us to her territory. Joan?
Why, thank you. Limlim, East Ancient, why hustle halt, that just means greetings. My name is Ancient. It's actually a traditional name that came from the West Coast, from Tsleil-Waututh, where I'm originally from. So I just want to thank everyone for being with us tonight. I'm just so honored to welcome everyone on behalf of Toni Boot, who's running in Penticton. I'm just so pleased. Toni Boot, of course, as everyone knows, has got a lot of integrity. I know that she's going to fight on behalf of all of us, and we're just so honored to welcome you and on behalf of the Okanagan. Unfortunately, the Dr. Grand Chief could not be here tonight. He's driving on his way to Vancouver to attend another meeting. Zoom, of course, from his office. So Zoom is a bit odd, but you know, we do what we have to do. So I just want to welcome everyone, and we hope you have a good meeting. I have to buzz off now. I have to drive my RV to get fixed, but thank you, Toni, for putting your name forward, and I know that you're going to do a lot of work on all our behalf. Right, Limlim.
Thank you very much, Limlet, Joan, and we are so blessed to be living on your territory here. So thanks for joining us tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye. So Toast for Toni is a way to introduce myself to people who may not know me very well. And as Joan was just mentioning, Campaign 2020 is looking very different. I would love to have met you in a ballroom full of people and felt and heard your energy. I have to admit it's a little weird being online and not being able to connect with you directly. But there is good news in all of this, and it means that we can have an election safely, and that there is not going to be that kind of impact. We just might have a few special guests pop by, and I think, and so welcome, Suzanne. I'm so glad you didn't have 7 hours to get here.
I know. I was just thinking how much I was actually getting accomplished for all the different candidates tonight. So I've been phoning into Kelowna for Harwinder and up into Nechako Lakes for Ann Sam, and now I'm here with you. So
well, thank you so much. For those that don't know, Suzanne Skidmore is an elected executive on the BC Federation of Labor. Please go ahead, Suzanne. So
thanks.
Glad you join us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And I won't be long. I know folks are here to listen to you. So I'm the Secretary Treasurer of the BC Federation of Labor, and I'm also one of the Vice Presidents with the party. And I'm so excited to have Toni as one of our candidates. I remember meeting Toni a couple of years ago, I'm going to say, at a UBCM in the back of the room while we were chatting and getting in trouble for chatting, and kind of got kicked out because we just sat down and started chatting with one another, and we hadn't really known each other than from social media. And I just thought, you know what, this woman is amazing, and I can't wait to support her in whatever she wants to do. And here she is, a NDP candidate in the upcoming election and going to be our next MLA. I'm super excited to be here tonight, happy to support you, and I hope everyone who's on and watching with us will be able to either donate to your campaign, volunteer on the phones. I know there's going to be some new technological ways that you can engage from your home. But the most important thing is that we all pull up our socks and put on our boots and get you elected. So super happy to be here.
Thank you. And thank you for your support. And what you've done just tonight, just appearing here for the minutes. It's really great to get that feedback from you, Suzanne. And yes, the plan is to have many more conversations, in-person conversations, maxed up or otherwise. So thank you so much for all of the work that you do with the BC Federation of Labor and for all British Columbians.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. So for those of you who haven't guessed, my name is Toni Boot, and I am honored to be the Penticton candidate for the BC NDP. I love my current role as a mayor, and it has been a privilege to honor and an honor to lead council and serve the people of Summerland. Over the last 6 years on council, we have done a lot of things and lots of success stories and very positive feedback from the community on council. I see in my work every day how resources and decisions that affect our, oh, there's somebody else. Hello, Richard Cannings. I see that you are connecting to audio. Richard Cannings is the MP for the South Okanagan West Kootenay, and he is joining us from Ottawa after a long day of voting. Thanks for joining us, Richard.
Well, it's great to be here. The sound is a bit, and video are a bit choppy, so I'm hoping I say things. Can you hear me and see me, all that?
Yes.
Okay, you're kind of frozen. So anyways, I'm just going to say great virtual hybrid vote in the House of Commons. So that was a momentous occasion. And it went on for longer than I thought it would, but it's so good that I got out in time for this. So congratulations, Toni. And I just want to say one thing, my little story about when people ask me about Jack Layton, I say, you know, the only time I ever met Jack Layton was in the Vancouver airport, and I introduced myself and said, how do I get rid of my Conservative MP who that would run for the, and I had to say no to them. It seems it's just wonderful to see all those fabulous candidates across province who are for us, like yourself, Toni, like my former student Josie Osborne, and I don't know how many people are listening. I just see you there.
Yes.
In this riding against Dan Ashton. The first thing I was told by are people out there on this call who haven't donated yet, please, because this is, we really need that support to get things off the ground. We've got a great candidate, but behind Toni, and in every way, and that includes putting your money where your mouth is. See that, but hopefully we can really move ahead with this, and I'll just look. Anyways, thank you, Toni, for running. We're really all behind you. You're such a great candidate, and I know we'll do very well. So thanks.
Thank you very much, Dick.
Greetings from Ottawa.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, you're most welcome. It's a real honor.
Thank you. Keep up the good work in
Oh,
Ottawa.
I see other people. Okay, we're doing really well. The NDP is really batting or punching above our weight, and really getting really good results for Canadians. So it's very heartening to be here.
Good. Excellent. Thank you. And I believe that Katrine, hey, hi Katrine.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. For those that don't know, Katrine is the recent Minister of Children and Families. And she is the one that has been responsible for getting this, the child care off the ground here in British Columbia. And I just wanted to thank you specifically for your recent announcement of $3 million to Penticton to open up 116 childcare spaces. Very much needed here, very, very welcome, and thank you so much for making that happen here in our electoral district.
Well, thanks, Tony. And I also want to acknowledge my partner in the ministry, Katrina Chen, who, the Minister of State for Childcare, who we've both been working just so incredibly hard to make things happen. And when we knew that Penticton was going to get that childcare space for all those kids, we knew how much it was needed and how excited we were to make it happen. So yes, it's great news for the families in Penticton. And I want to just say how excited I am to be here and virtually to just congratulate you, Tony, and how excited I am that you're our candidate in Penticton, and how, you know, I looked at your wealth of experience that you're bringing to the job. You know, you're not only your municipal experience, but your experience as a small business person in agriculture, in sustainability. I know Lana Popham, our Minister of Agriculture, is thrilled to have another agriculture person at the table. So am I. So, you know, and the fact that you have all your municipal experience, you know, not only as a regional district director, but as a counselor and then the mayor for 2 years. I mean, that's an incredible, you learn so much from that. And one thing I really like about your credentials and what you're bringing to the team is you taught at Okanagan College, and I taught at Selkirk College, and I know how valuable the working at your local community college can be, what a wealth of experience it is, and what that helps you when you take those experiences and you transform them into being an amazing MLA, which I know you're going to be. I'm so excited to have you as part of the team. And I just wanted to send a message out to all your volunteers who I know have been working really hard, you know, getting ready for this and getting, you know, things done in the campaign. But I just wanted to say that, you know, I want to thank them, because not only are they going to be working even harder for the next 4 weeks, but they're going to be putting an incredible woman as an MLA into Victoria, and I just want to thank them for the work they're going to do, the money they're going to raise to make sure that you get to be the next MLA in Penticton. And I just wanted to say what we do. And my parents are Danish immigrants, and when we welcome a new person to the family, we say skål and welcome. So skål and welcome, Tony. Welcome to the family.
Some water in a mug, but thank you.
Oh, I got Okanagan. I have Okanagan water.
That's right. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Katrine. And, you know, I did misstep when I didn't mention Katrina Chen, because certainly we've had those conversations with her as well through UBCM about the center that we're proposing in Summerland as well. So thank you for mentioning your partner in crime there, your colleague. And again, thank you so much for the work that you do for all of us in British Columbia. Yeah, it's a very important role that you fill in very, very, very important shoes. So thank you.
Honor. It's a real honor to be that minister. So yes. I love it. So
well deserved. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to try and get a little bit further now on what I wanted to say to people that are joining us here on this event. I was talking about the work that I've done on council for 4 years and 2 years as the mayor. And especially like these last 2 years, I've really noticed that a lot of the work and the resources, decisions that affect our lives are made at the provincial level. And I really want our region to have a local voice in Victoria. I have been described as a serial collaborator. I feel strongly that regional systems and collaboration are crucial, and working at a provincial level is the best way I can advocate for all of the communities in the Penticton electoral district. And that is why I've put my name forward as the BC NDP candidate. I grew up in Summerland in a really dynamic family. I was part of a family with 10 children. I had 4 brothers and 5 sisters. My dad was a United Church minister, and clearly money was tight. But my parents modeled a tremendous work ethic, how to stand up for ourselves and stand up for others, how to manage challenges and hardship, and the value of lifelong learning. So at the college, I was able to teach lifelong learning, and in 2017, I went back to university to finish my communications degree. And so I still love learning. And I found that my years on council, and as you were saying, Katrine, every day, you can't help but learn. You can't help but learn when you're in the political sphere. Nobody can know everything, and it's great to be learning and challenging myself all the time. So the principles and values that my parents kind of showed me and pushed into me have guided me through a number of different occupations. Like I said, the teaching at the college, entrepreneurial work, and oh my goodness. Hey. Oh. There he is.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, John Horgan.
How are we doing, everybody? It's great to see you, Toni. It's great to see you, Kat, and Richard Cannings as well. My goodness.
Suzanne is here as well.
Skidmore. The hits just keep on coming. Listen, Toni, it's great to be part of your event this evening. I want to thank you for stepping up to represent the NDP in this critical election. I know with having Dick Cannings and Kat there to help you out, this is going to be an exciting campaign for the people in the region. And it's long overdue that we had a government representative in the South Okanagan that's focused on the priorities of the people who live there, not just on the wealthy and the well-connected. As I've been traveling around talking to British Columbians over the past 3.5 years, I've heard it over and over and over again. Why people are responding to the initiatives our government brought forward is there initiatives that came from communities, that are the result of people working together to build a better, stronger British Columbia. And I'm so excited about having you join our team and having success across the province on the 24th of October. I understand that that these are challenging times for everybody, but I tell you, it'll be a lot easier for British Columbians if they know they've got a government that's in their corner, not a government that's focused on taking back the gains that we've made on childcare, on education, and most importantly, on our public healthcare system that was almost frayed to extinction by a government that did not care a whit about people and seniors' care, whether it be long wait lists, not enough investments in diagnostic equipment and staff to run that equipment so that we could get the services that we need. I'm rambling on. You guys are starting to gloss over. So yeah, thanks, Dick, for shining for me there. But I'm so stoked, Toni, that you're on the team. I can't wait for election day to celebrate your victory. I'm ready to toast in my paper cup with my room temperature water. Is it time now, or should I wait?
Well, we could do it now. I think Katrine has some Okanagan water. Oh, Suzanne has some water there. So we can all do that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Richard, you can just
my Okanagan wine is over on the counter. I'd have to unopened yet. But I did bring some this time to Ottawa because you can't get it here. It's we got to fix that, John.
Internal trade barriers. We're working on it.
I know it's not your fault. It's Ontario's fault.
Yes. Well, I thank you so much. Well, I guess I'll call you John.
That's what my mom called me.
Yeah. I thank you so much for being here and taking the time out. I know that you have an extraordinarily busy schedule. I know what my schedule looks like, and the other, even the incumbents, we all have to work to be elected in either into our previous seats or into taking a seat away from somebody else, which is the case here in Penticton. And so I really appreciate you and everyone just stopping in and saying hello and bringing along some good support and encouragement for me. And I would like to think that October 24th, we'll know the results of the election. But having handed in my papers today to Elections BC, I was told, we're looking, probably a couple of weeks after that. So those will probably be the longest weeks in our lives. Certainly here in a fairly tough riding, but I wish all of you the best, or I guess both of you that are on this call, the best. MP Cannings has shown us that it can be done. And Suzanne, just your support through the work that you do with the BC Federation of Labor and all the behind the scenes support. We heard, John, we heard earlier from Suzanne that this is her third or fourth call joining in on these kinds of events, just to welcome the newbies, the novices on board. So it's been really, really nice to have everybody join in and just take a few minutes. You're not obliged to stay around, so I can understand if you need to go. I have a few more words that I want to say to the people that are watching this event on Facebook, but you're welcome to stay too. You just might hear me say a couple of things that John has already said, in fact.
I'm happy to stay and hear what you have to say, Toni. I am so excited that you're on the team, and it is an exciting team. From the coast into the north, into the interior, and through to the Kootenays and back to the lower mainland. I think it's the best group of candidates we've assembled in a long, long time, reflective of the diversity of our communities and focused on making sure those communities are strong during this unprecedented time. So I am so pleased that Penticton is very soon going to have, even after mail-in ballots, hundreds of thousands of them, I understand, are already out there. So, but that excites me because I think people are supportive of the direction the government's going, and they're anxious to give us a vote of confidence so that we can carry forward the good work that we've been doing. And I know that both Kat and I would absolutely love to have you on the team. So I'm happy to let you talk. I'll just sit here and drink my lukewarm water in my hotel room.
Okay, well, I too would love to be on your team. In a more official way, let's put it that way. So getting back to what I was saying before I was Zoom bombed, I guess is the term, I'm not really sure. What I will bring to this role as your representative is a first-hand understanding of what it means to run a small business, what it means to be a teacher or instructor, and what it means to hold a 9-to-5 job. For 16 years, we lost out under the BC Liberal rule. We saw help, of course we did, but only if you were in the top 2%. That wasn't help for you, and it wasn't help for me. And what a difference the last 3.5 years have made. Every single day, John Horgan and his team show all us British Columbians their commitment to making lives better for all of us in the province, not just the wealthy. We are in a much better place today than we were 3.5 years ago in spite of the pandemic. We have better health care, more affordable housing and childcare spaces, and an actionable plan to address our changing climate with our Clean BC plan. Earlier this year, I was named by local media as one of the top leaders in the Valley. I topped the polls in both my 2014 run for council and the 2018 mayor's race. I sit as a director on the Regional District Okanagan Similkameen Board and hold elected table positions on the Southern Interior Local Government Association and the Southern Interior Municipal Employers Association. I also serve on a number of regional boards, like those boards, the Okanagan Basin Water Board, the Grasslands Conservation Council, and the South Okanagan Women in Need Society. And John, you heard from Debbie Scarborough, the Executive Director of South Okanagan Women in Need Society, and how much the work that you and your team have done with affordable housing through BC Housing and those such innovation that you have done and how it has impacted the lives of women and their children that are fleeing domestic abuse. So that was very touching, that story, and also others that we heard on that call. In the roles that I have, I've championed progressive projects in affordable housing, protecting community watersheds, alternative energy, inclusivity, and raising up the arts and culture community. John Horgan's leadership style is exactly what we need in BC. He lets the experts speak, something that we have seen so clearly during the last 7 months of this pandemic. And I know that the pandemic has had impacts on you and your loved ones. The public health crises we are in affect all of us, but especially impact those who are already struggling day to day. I also know that John Horgan and his team are the right people to lead British Columbia through this recovery. John and his team need another 4 years to continue making a better BC. And I would like to be your voice in Victoria representing this region. Thank you. And thank you again for joining us. Great. So I think that is, thank you. I think that is what I wanted to say tonight. And again, thank you all of you for taking a few minutes out of your schedules. It's very different, isn't it? This, not that I have campaigned in a pandemic before, but it is very different. I was saying earlier on that it is, I would much rather be in a room and be able to feel the love and support and energy from people, but this keeps us safe, and this is the way that we're going to do it, and we'll persevere. Just like we've adapted to in our daily lives, we are adapting in yet another way. Okay, so thank you again, everyone. And I am assuming that my trusted president, Tina Lee, will not keep me trying to fill up some space here. And then she will, she's there, right there, and she's laughing at me. So she's not letting me leave. Wait, and tell everyone to get involved. Okay, so before people go, it was Katrine that was saying, please continue to support here in Penticton. We have, it seems like we just put out the call and all kinds of people, even just today, have come in and volunteered. A woman that lives in The Rise, which is an affordable housing project here in Penticton. She came and she said, I cannot believe how fantastic it is living there. I was virtually, well, I was living in a shelter in Vancouver. I came up here. I have a place to live that I can be proud of. I feel safe. She just lives up the street from here. And she said, whatever it is that I can do to help, I'm here. And it was just a few minutes after that, a young woman who has been a very strong local advocate for childcare. Katrine, you probably know her. Her name is Amanda. She came by and she said, where are those forms I need to sign? I need to get you into this position here. And then she said, now Tina, tell me what I can do to help. So lots of people are coming forward, but that doesn't mean that there's not a role for anybody else there that has not, even if it's just a couple of hours or you can do some work from home, Lots of people are needed to make a successful campaign, and you can do the work from the comfort of your own home this year.
Thanks, Toni. And I think Richard mentioned it. Hi, Tina Lee, working with Toni. Really proud to be working with Toni. I think Richard mentioned it. And just in case the feed was cutting out there a little bit, I'll say again that successful campaigns definitely need the support of the great people on this call, but they also need funds to keep them going. So I'll put a link in the Facebook comments, and you can contribute directly to Toni's campaign. It's going to take a lot of work. We've seen great support with a number of volunteers. So let's give them the resources that they need to get this really good message out, and send Toni to Victoria to work alongside John Horgan and Kat and that great team with Suzanne as well. And it'd be fantastic to have a counterpart to work with Richard at the provincial level. So let's make this happen. And thank you everyone for joining. All right. See you soon. Share, comment, and let's get Toni elected alongside everyone else. Good night, everyone.